Well, hello everyone. This is Dave Rolfe, and this is the Smart Networker, and another edition of Take a Look. This is number 5, Plan and Strategy. The Take a Look series are short videos with instructions on specific topics to learn, plus with instructions and homework and a practical exercise. And they are designed to help you understand exactly what needs to be done, one step at a time, so you can apply what you learn and then help build your business. And as you gain an understanding of each topic, your skills and ability will improve dramatically. I hope you enjoy the series. Number 5, your plan and strategy. Well, today I'm here to tell you all about creating your plan and your strategy, where to start, what to talk about with your sponsor, and what to do to put everything into action. And when you're finished listening to this today, you'll want to get with your sponsor and fully discuss your plan and how you will proceed to implement that strategy that you've come up with. Well, a plan by definition, basically, there's a number of them. It's a drawing or a diagram, such as a top horizontal view of an object. It's a method of achieving an end, a method of doing something, a detailed formulation of a program of action, a goal, aim, to have in mind, intend, to have a specified intention. And for our purpose, it's going after something wanted. Now, the plan would be how to go about getting what you wanted. And based on the series before and the other videos that you've watched, this is all going to come very clear. So in the beginning, I wanted $8,000 per month in income. So I needed a plan, something I could follow, something I knew that if I followed it and did the work, then I would get what I wanted. The strategy, by definition, is the art of devising or employing the plans towards a goal. Now, this is important. The synonym would be method, style, or tactics, the way. And so for our purposes, how are you going to get it done and do it? So everything you do, or everything I do, for that matter, is based on a decision to do. So if you're sitting on the couch watching TV and you feel like a snack, you can do one of two things. You can either get up and go get the snack, or you can ignore that idea and just stay there, not get up. But each requires a decision to do. So you decide to get up or you decide not to get up. Now, if you recall from the previous lessons, is that your business communicates in numbers. It doesn't understand emotions, just numbers. And if you want something, then what needs to be understood is what needs to be done, an amount, or produced a number of, to get what you want, another number. So let's say you're a dairy farmer and you contract with a milk producer to provide 1,000 gallons of milk daily so that you can produce milk for sale in the grocery store. Pretty simple. Well, what numbers would you need to know? How much milk does a cow produce? Might be one. How many cows do you need? Number 2. To produce that 1,000 gallons daily. And what about contingencies for a non-producing cow? Next, how many milk producing cows do you have? You realize that you're short a few. And so, you need to go get them. And so how are you going to get the cows that you need? Another number. How much is it going to cost? How much is it going to you need for food for the cows? What's your budget to purchase the cows? What will the extra feed cost? How much will the milk produced return? All kinds of numbers are required to help you think, plan, and strategize, right? So you know what you want, so this then needs a plan. Then decisions need to be made that cause things to get done versus decisions made to not get things done. So it's like sitting on the couch and you need a cow, so you decide to get up and go get one. Or you sit there and forget about it. They're both decisions that you could make, correct? So if you want to be able to produce the milk that you've contracted for, you need to plan what will make sure that you have plenty of cows to get the job done. And the first thing that you need is to top off your existing herd, right? So you need to get off the couch and go to the cow auction. Got it? Now, unique in business is just like the cow business. So if the goal was that you wanted to get a monthly income of $8,000, a number, how would your business interpret that request? And what kind of decisions would need to be made, right? So first, let's take a look at this. What's the rate of pay? Well, now if we take a look at number 3, show me the money, you learned that to make $8,000 per month, the best method would be the 6% leadership bonus, building an organization, or the residual income portion aspect of the commission schedule. Secondly, if the rate is 6% of the CV, commissionable volume, then how much CV is required to earn $8,000? Well, take the amount and divide that by the rate. So 8,000 divided by 6% equals 133,333 commissionable volume. Thirdly, if you need 133,333 in commissionable volume, how many cows do you need, people, to create that amount based on the company historical information? So let's say the average is 1,000 CV per person, then you would need 133,000 divided by 1,000 equals 133 individuals. Or, I'm going to give you another number, 15 teams. We'll take a look at the team very shortly, and that average 88 in CV. So from your homework, after take a look number 3, you were to watch a video. I'm new to this. How does it work and how do I make a living? In that video, you saw how the structure of what is built looks like when you go about doing the activities that are known to create the results. So now we have just found out that in theory, if you want to make $8,000 per month, your entire team needs to create about 133,000 CV each month. And that would involve about 133 individuals, or approximately 15 groups, who did about 8,888. Now, let's say that these groups consist of many individuals, and that would be, people learning to become a distributor, customers, and they can produce, with the right amount of work, this 8,888 CV per month, and they consist of 15 to 25 individuals. Okay. So now we have more numbers and a different potential outcome to get what we want. Therefore, we would need 15 of this kind of a group. Do you see that? You might want to review this page and go over it one more time. So here's a picture of it, and on the left-hand side, we've got the goal is 8,000 per month. We see that it's 133,000 CV. And we've got on the right-hand side, we've got 15 silver plus groups, and of course the number of leaders. That's what we're talking about. And we've got Dylan as our candidate here, and got him titled as either platinum or diamond. And then we've got on the left-hand side level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. And then on the right-hand side, we've got the balance of leaders required to fulfill the total of 15. So if we got 3 on the first level 1, then we'd need 12 more from the 15 required. And if we got 4 on the second level, we'd need, a balance of 8, etc., all the way down until there's no balance. Now I stopped at the level 4 here for this example, but here's a good picture. And based on what we talked about, these averages, this could create a volume of 133,000 in monthly CV. Okay. Now it's decision time. So you can see what it takes to create, the right structure that can produce the volume to create the income that gives you what you want, correct? And you can see how many individuals, how many groups, and on what level, right? Now, what makes this happen? It's a decision to go to work that is necessary, and that's it. Just as you sat on the couch watching TV and you made a decision to go get a snack, or you didn't, or just as you decided to go buy some more cows, or not, to produce some milk. It all operates the same way. So first there is a want, followed by a decision, and then followed by an action. And the more the action is geared toward what is known to work to get what you want, and the faster you learn how to do this work, the faster you're going to get what you want. Now, I think that it's also very obvious that the end result of what you want is made up in steps, and they need to be taken or done. Now, here's an example. Okay, so step one would be decide that you're going to go and create a very successful Nikon distributor business that makes a minimum of $8,000 per month. So, okay. Now, based on the map, step one of that would be to find your number one key partner and to start your team going. And he's going to be a future platinum or diamond, and he's going to have a minimum of 9 groups below him, creating a total volume CV of 70,000 plus points. So make a decision to find that person. Then go do the activities that are known to find such an individual. And what might those activities be? Well, we just did 3 video series on this that tells you what those would be. It's talking to people and finding out what's needed and or wanted. So now you talk to as many people as you possibly can with the intention of finding number one, and then you eventually will find number one. Well, what are you going to need to learn to help you? And what are you going to need to practice to help you? I mean, these are very important questions, and I think you already know the answer. But in creating a plan, you want to write down all of the potential activities that you could do so that you can find number one and then move on from there. Now, here I would get with my sponsor and I'd create a list of activities that you can put in front of each other and for individuals that you want to, go after. So, it's talking to friends and family. It's talking to anybody you run into. It's joining social groups or clubs. It's doing surveys, placing ads in publications or on social media. But the interesting thing is the activity of putting it on a list and thinking about it. From the map, you can see that there are many pieces that are required, but the key is that these pieces are all designed to help you. And it's like if you need 10 more cows to produce the required amount of milk, then you go get 10 more cows. And based on the map, once you have found number one, then you can see that his job is to get 2 or more personally sponsored partners and then push it down and then just repeat that on and on and on and on. Now in this map I stopped at level 4, but you really want to go as deep as possible, and we'll talk about that in further, and you'll see that in other videos. Now simply write out an instruction for each activity or result that you want, and you can expand these instructions and provide as much detail as you require to ensure that the job gets done. But I want you to understand that when you create an instruction, really what you're doing at the same time is you're making a decision that this is going to get done. And if you do the activity, then it will. Got it? Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. We've seen this several times, so this is what I've observed, and probably with everything that I've ever been involved with that requires the other person to make a decision or do something. But, buy something, get something, be involved. And if they can see and understand a benefit is possible by moving forward, then and they like who they're dealing with, and they have a real need or desire for what's being presented, offered or suggested, and they can understand clearly what needs to be done, there's a real good chance that they're going to proceed to either buy or commit or join or participate. Not always, but more often than not. And if many of the right ingredients which we discussed in the last video are in place and line up, and you saw what those were. So what you learned today is how to take the action part, the steps to follow, which will allow someone to realize that they can do this. It's real simple versus being afraid or fearful. So here's how to use this information and play to win. Keep in mind that what you do now as a business and as a career is so valuable, it is sometimes hard to explain until after the fact. Now in my career, which has now been almost 32 years with Nikon, I've made this my life work. I've helped hundreds of thousands learn the importance of taking care of themselves, utilizing our technologies. I've helped thousands learn how to take control and earn their own living and enjoy more. And And I've really pulled the thorn out of the lion's paw many times. There simply is nothing more gratifying than seeing somebody else become happier and more successful because of what you helped them with. And I had an absolute riot and ball and great time doing this, and now you can too. So provided that you do what you need to do based on who you are and your circumstances. Now, the homework. You now understand that the key to making this work is really in the answers you provide or in the solution that you present and how smoothly you do this. You know, you asked the question, if I could show you how to earn $8,000 per month and you understood what needed to be done and you were willing to do that, could we sit down and have a serious conversation about doing this? Now, I've learned that practice makes perfect, and this really applies to doing Nikan, and I suggest that you get with your sponsor and practice not only asking this question, but also showing the answer or solution that we presented today. Now, this is going to take some time, but in the end, it'll be so worth it. And to help you get used to doing this, start with, maybe $2,500, then jump up to $3,000, then $5,000, and it's all good practice. Step one, find out what is needed and wanted, and what amount they need. And you always convert it to a number. And I might ask this question, well, what kind of income do we need to be talking about to get you really to take a look? Or if I can show you how to earn $4,000 per month and you see how you could do the work, can we sit down and have a serious conversation? And you can create many questions along those lines. And remember, from the last take a look, the idea of asking questions and what you're looking for, desire, need of change, or dissatisfaction. Now, step two, because you know the approximate answers from doing your homework, you can start out by giving a direct response. So you want to earn $8,000? That's rather simple. You need 15 teams. It's about $133,000 in commissionable volume, and really straightforward. And the more professional you give the answer, the better off you are. Step three, now let me show you the details. And you go into the details, and you can either have a pre-made map that you've done, or you can draw one on the spot. It starts off with the desired amount, take the amount divided by the rate equals the CV, take the CV divided by the average, and I used 1,000 points just to make it plausible, and then the leadership groups, 15, 25 people is probably the average size of a good leadership group, and then I would do the same thing for retail business, rebates, and then finally the incentives as bonus. So you have some homework to do, and if you finished the previous videos and the associated homework, proceed with the homework from this lesson. Watch and listen to the video, what's the best way to present Nikan, and watch and listen to the video, what do you need to understand about the Nikan plan. Practice creating income plans with your sponsor for $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, and so on. And also take a look at the plan for retail activity and the rebates and the incentives as a bonus. Practice all of these or combinations as a solution or an answer to a question that you're responding to. The next video will be, what does your business make? And this is an absolutely fascinating lesson. Remember, if something doesn't make sense or you seem puzzled about what to do, ask your sponsor, your mentor, or give me a call. Again, thanks for being on the call today. Look forward to seeing you soon on the Nikan Highway. Stop to share, and we'll end the meeting. Bye for now.